staff, and students from various schools and organizations, a very pleasant morning to one and all. It is with great pleasure to present to you the participants in today's webinar. As I acknowledge your school or your organization, please click the heart emoticon, which you can find on the bottom portion of your screen. Can we faculty, personnel, and students from the following schools and organizations? First in the list, we have from Santa Rita de San Carlos Incorporated, San Carlos City, Negros Occidental. From Northern Negros State College of Science and Technology, Sagay City, Negros Occidental. From the local government unit of San Miguel Leyte. From Luna Colleges, San Miguel Leyte. From Vicente A. Javier Memorial Community College, Colasi, Antique. From St. Raphael's Academy of Legazpi Incorporated, Legazpi City, Albay. From Caliazan Construction, Santa Fe, Leyte. From Malay College, Malay Aklan. From STI West Negros University, Bacolod City, Negros Occidental. From Iloilo Science and Technology University, Dumangas Campus, Dumangas, Iloilo. From Altavas College, Altavas Aklan. From River Digital Incorporated, National Capital Region. From the University of San Agustin, Iloilo City. From Aklan State University, Ibahay Campus, Ibahay, Aklan. From San Carlos Biopower Incorporated, Bacolod City, Negros Occidental. From University of Antique, Libertad Campus, Libertad, Antique. From the University of Baguio, Baguio City. From Guimaras State University, Buena Vista, Guimaras. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking your time to attend this webinar. And good morning once again. Back to you, Dr. Jeff.
Thank you, Maminen. Wow, we're really graced with a huge number today. And also, I would like to acknowledge LCCS Isabela, Negros Occidental, also for your presence. And at this point, let's have Gabby P. Panagos, MD, MBA, HA, CHA, our documentation company chairperson, for the introduction of our first guest.
Good morning. Introducing our first speaker is a great privilege. We are lucky today that he really find time to be with us despite his hectic schedule. So our speaker is a graduate from Colegio de Santa Rita with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with Academic Distinction Award. He is a part-time computer instructor since 2005 up to present in the same school, and presently an Information System Analyst 1 in the City Government of San Carlos, Negros Occidental. He is an experienced system and web developer who specializes in building websites and system applications for small and medium-sized businesses. With more than 15 years of experience in development, today we will be talking about the role of management information systems in enhancing interoperability in e-governance. I am honored to present to you our first speaker, a system developer and a content creator. Help me in welcoming Mr. Felix Michael F. Oberes.
Good morning, Sir Mikoy.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
I'll just
Hello.
talk Sherry. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning po.
Good morning, sir.
Maayong buntag. Good morning.
Good morning,
Sir.
Um,
Good
can you
morning,
see
sir.
my presentation on your screens?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Thank you, Ma'am Gabi
Yes, sir.
Palacios, for the introduction. And again,
Welcome,
I am
sir.
Mr. Felix Michael Formaran Oberes, and I'm presently connected with the Information Technology and Computer Services Office under the City Administrator's Office of the Local Government Unit of San Carlos as an Information Systems Analyst. In my current and previous role, I have team led and co-developed various information and communications technology projects for the LGU. So my topic is Digital City San Carlos, the role of management information systems in enhancing interoperability in e-governance. But before I begin my presentation, let me give you a brief background about our beautiful city, San Carlos.
From reefs to ridges, where mountains meet the sky, breathe into the wonderful sceneries, explore the underwater jewels, and unravel the hidden gems. Capture the smiles, immerse with rich culture, vibrant festivity, warm hospitality, and the taste of the local delights. Welcome to San Carlos, a multi-awarded clean and green city. 2011 second world's most livable city by Livcom International. 2016's world's most lovable city by Worldwide Fund. 2020's WWF One Planet City finalist. Two-time ASEAN Clean Tourist City. Top 100 Global Sustainable Destination. Top 50 ASEAN Landmark Cities. Galing Pook Awardee. And the renewable energy hub of Southeast Asia. Amid the pandemic, the city ensures implementation of health and safety protocols. Experience the livable, lovable, and sustainable city of San Carlos, where green is built.
Okay, so that's my beloved hometown, no? And I hope you will come and visit San Carlos City very soon. So the Information Technology and Computer Services Office under the City Administrator's Office serves as the planning and implementing unit for information and technology-related programs and projects of our city. And we aim to achieve full automation in all local government to capacitate linkage, thus realizing tenets of accountability, transparency, efficiency, and effective local governance. Local governments are at the forefront of providing public goods and services to the citizens. Many local leaders have raised the living standards of the communities they serve, while at the same time pursue development in a sustainable manner. Let's unlock some terms first because you will be hearing these terms all throughout my presentation. So first is the Management Information System. So what is MIS? MIS is used for decision making. It's mainly used for decision making and for the coordination, control, analysis, and visualization of information in an organization. A management information system is a computerized system consisting of hardware, software, and peopleware that served as the backbone of the organization's operations. An MIS gathers data from multiple online systems, analyzes the information, and reports the data to aid in management decision-making. MIS is a people-oriented field with an emphasis on service through technology. Next is interoperability. Interoperability refers to the basic ability of different computerized products or systems to readily connect and exchange information with one another in either implementation or access without restriction. Meaning, for two or more systems to be interoperable, they must be able to exchange, interpret, and present shared data in a way that is understood by the other. And e-government. So what is e-government? E-government, short for electronic government, is known internationally as the use of information and communications technology by government agencies to provide more efficient and convenient services, promote greater accountability and public access to information, and improve relations among citizens, businesses, and other public agencies. In short, e-government is defined as utilizing the World Wide Web and the internet for delivering government information and services to the citizens. So why do we need to adopt e-government? No, in these recent times, why do we need to implement e-government? First, good governance. According to UNESCO, e-government enhances good governance. Recent advances in communication technologies and internet provide opportunities for better participation, increased transparency, and improved accountability. Second is delivery of government services. E-government initiatives capitalize on connectivity and interoperability to better serve the needs through innovations on e-administration, e-service delivery, and e-participation. And third is citizen participation. E-government allows better engagement and interaction between public servants and the constituents. The digital environment offers opportunities for relevant stakeholders to actively shape political priorities, collaborate in the design of public services, and participate in their delivery to provide more coherent, integrated solutions to complex challenges. Conceptualizing, developing, and implementing e-government initiatives range from basic or simple to complex. And this is true, no? They are not easy, no? Say, for example, many local governments have the difficult task of migrating from paper-based and manual systems to online, digital, and connected networks due to limited resources and support. But we can still achieve e-government phase by phase. So how do we begin government initiatives? First, we need to assess the needs of our constituents and also evaluate the state of our IT infrastructure, plus the technical capacity of our staff. Based on that assessment, we need to create a comprehensive blueprint with a set of parameters, goals, and target. And we need to consult and engage all stakeholders in every step of the plan. And the blueprint should ideally be integrated into your overall local development plan. Say for the local government unit, we have our master development plan. The following steps are highly recommended in planning and implementation towards achieving e-government. Step 1 is create an internal network. We should create a system mainly for the internal use by the government agency or for the different local offices or departments within the LGU, including barangays and national offices. Most common of which are an email system. We should have an email system, file sharing, and database management. After you have successfully completed step 1, step 2 is to provide channels for public access to information and two-way communication. We must have tools to enable better access to information and provide communications between the government and the public. Step 3 is to facilitate exchange of value and ease of doing business. We need to develop more flexible and convenient ways for citizens to do business with the government. Step 4 is to promote digital democracy. We must also build support for improved participatory and democratic processes. And step 5 is develop a joined up government. We must improve the vertical and horizontal integration of service delivery. Step 1, create an internal network. So in San Carlos, we anchored our vision towards digitalization and e-government using the 5 steps I mentioned earlier. The ideal first stage for e-government is to develop the internal network, emails, your records, your public tracking, and among others. Many local governments are still using paper-based and manual systems, particularly in record keeping and filing, which cause bottlenecks and delays. This also makes records more susceptible to loss, destruction, and theft. The city government of San Carlos, through ITCSO, implemented the San Carlos Integrated Management System, or SKIMS, as one of its in-house priority management information systems projects. SKIMS combines various application systems into a single, overall comprehensive, interoperable, and harmonized management system to efficiently and effectively manage various government transactions and operations. And here are the core modules of SKIMS. First is a document tracking. Document tracking, or the doc track, is aimed at enhancing records management using a technology that improves its efficiency, especially in retrieving records, and aids in tracking down movement of documents in and out of various government offices. Now, our document tracking is already installed and currently used by 98% of our local and national offices, including our barangay halls. And departments and offices inside our city hall are connected to the data centers of our office, ITCSO, through the local area network, while offices outside the city hall have their connections using either line of sight technology or the virtual private network. So it's easier for them to track their documents coming in and out of various government offices using the doc track. Second is the job order management module, wherein it keeps an accurate, complete, and updated database of our around 6,000 job order employees, which can be used when needed for reports, record keeping, and automating routines and tasks, such as preparation of their daily time records, the job orders, including their payroll. We also have the legislative tracking and archiving module, which streamlines documents and create a digital archiving system for all the resolutions, the ordinances, the minutes of the meetings of the Sangguniang Panlungsod. So by using this system, it minimizes the time spent on administrative tasks, thus affording the staff more time for research, technical analysis, and conceptualization of resolutions and ordinances that consequently impacts the lives of the constituents of our city. We also have the barangay management module, which serves as a repository of all information for our 18 barangays, including its residents, the households, families, the business establishments and transactions in that particular barangay, the budget, and so on. It also facilitates the issuance of the certificates and clearances, and of course, stores barangays, ordinances, and resolutions. The Senior on the Go provides real-time information dissemination among senior citizen members and pertaining to their membership status and monitoring of their monthly contributions and cash assistance. And one of the core modules is the Certificate and Clearance Issuance module, which provides efficient and timely generation of various certificates and clearances, such as the police clearance, the health card and the sanitary permits, medical certificates, the certificates of death, and among others. And as we continue to fully automate the local government and link all government offices, we also studied, designed, and will soon develop the following modules to be added into SKIMS. The e-Turismo will provide best services to tourists and visitors, such as bookings and accommodations, food services, tourism spot details, and other tourism and events services. We will also add the law enforcement team module, which will provide for the storage, retrieval, retention, manipulation, the archiving and viewing of information and records, the documents, and all the files pertaining to law enforcement operations. This is currently in the pipeline. No, we are currently studying the Human Resource Information System, or the HRIS, that will serve as a central location for all regular employees' data, which will provide a consolidated database that houses capabilities for tracking applicants, their time tracking, the leave application, the payroll preparation, and many more. Additionally, the HRIS will include the most recent figures on staff retention and hiring patterns within the LGU. Another is the procurement management module, which will provide administrative support to our bids and awards committee, or the BAC, and the technical working group, such as the preparation of the invitations, the notices, the bid evaluation reports, the post-qualification reports, and many presentation of reports to the BAC. And lastly, we have the General Services Management module, which will provide our GSD with administrative support, records management, supply and property management, and necessary reports on supplies management and other documents that are being required by the local government. So those are the core and the proposed modules of the San Carlos Integrated Management System, which will eventually automate all our government transactions for faster and efficient service delivery. Now, for step 2, provide channels for public access to information and two-way communication. Now, access to information both by the local government actors and by constituents is a key to next step in developing the e-government plan. It can potentially speed up government transactions and improve the transparency and accountability of the LGU. Communication channels within the LGU and between the LGU and its constituents should be open. Feedback mechanisms and different modes of communications should be utilized and maximized, especially in this age of social media. For step 2, we have developed a community mobile app which provides channels for public access to information and a two-way communication. Now, this video will give an overview of the VAMOS project.
The whole world came to a halt in 2020 when all humanity unexpectedly face to face with life-threatening challenges, one after another. Coronavirus, COVID-19. The city had an alarming spike in COVID cases in 2020 at 351. It was ranked with the highest number of COVID cases in Negros Occidental. The mayor tasked the LGU's Information Technology and Computer Services Office, or the ITCSO, to create a digital tool aligned with the IATF prescribed system and technology and the national government's digital contact tracing app, Stay Safe, launched nationwide in September 2020. The concept of VAMOS, or the Viral Assessment and Monitoring System, was conceived as a verifiable application mode operating system for contact tracing. The IT creators employed the quick response QR code scanning and named this priority tool VAMOS app. Human resource engagement with the Tech4Ed program. Our distinct accomplishment overflowed to the harnessing of the potential of our scholars of the Tech4Ed program. Now they are deployed as the co-implementers of the VAMOS app. The app has not only helped curb the COVID scare, but also provided employment to some of our Tech4Ed program scholars. One such beneficial feature of the VAMOS app is providing linkage to the vaccination Vacuna program. The recipients who are registered in the VAMOS app are no longer needed to register again online for the Vacuna, since most of the residents have their own QR code or the VAMOS ID registered from the VAMOS app.
The creation of VAMOS paved the way for the employment of our Tech4Ed scholars, linkage to the vaccination and our Vacuna program, establishment of the centralized data bank, and the automation of various government transactions. Being a performing city, the local government of San Carlos must continue to develop, adjust, change, and create new capabilities that align sustainability with better service. VAMOS significantly aided in growing our efforts, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic strike.
The future of VAMOS cares. With always a heart for the good of its citizens, LGU San Carlos has been known to have adopted the acronym CARES in all of its program as its brand for caring its people. The Vamos app is a digital platform for COVID-19 surveillance activities used initially for contact tracing, vaccine passport, and networking of data and communication. However, having tested and implemented it, Vamos gave host to more than just contact tracing, but other uses and service features such as news and announcements, emergency response, law enforcement, utility bills and payments, business permits and taxes, e-tickets, document tracking, events and reservations, tourism and marketing, and many more exciting features, making it an integral part of the life of its citizens and the government in particular. The Vamos Cares app will have self-sustaining features that are user-friendly, economically feasible, and will be upgraded from time to time as lifestyle demands.
Kudos to the men and women of ITCSO and the Vamos team. Vamos, San Carlos.
So the COVID-19 pandemic actually gave birth to the Vamos app. So the concept of Vamos, Vamos aims for the systematic collection, analysis, and storage of information of persons to expedite contact tracing efforts in the event that a positive case of COVID-19 is reported to the city. Thus, this app has been the catalyst for the city's survival measures for emergency situations. The Vamos app was first introduced to the local chief executive, the Sangguniang Panlungsod members, and the barangay captains. During the launching, the IT office gave orientations to the users on the use of the app, and the official launching was made through promotional videos and advertisements via the city's official website and our ITCSO and LGU information Facebook page. The city mayor then issued policy measures last 2020 on the adoption and implementation of the Vamos app through Executive Number 235, directing all government offices and barangays in the city to use and implement the Vamos app, and Executive Number 243, directing all private businesses and commercial establishments to use and implement the Vamos app. We have conducted dissemination drive about the Vamos app to all government offices and the barangays, and a week-long online meeting with business establishments, schools, and other institutions via the Zoom platform. We actually utilize the Tech for Ed centers in our 18 barangays as registration sites, where the Tech for Ed personnel and graduates are manning the system. The ITCSO office is the main implementer of the mobile app and successfully came up with this version of the contact tracing system. ITCSO conducts various capacity buildings and trainings such as mobile and web development training aimed at enhancing the programming skills of the resident computer programmers for web and mobile application plans of the city. It is also worth mentioning that the LGU of San Carlos City was the first in Negros Occidental to have developed our own in-house contact tracing app. What made it distinct in the implementation of the Vamos project is that we utilize the graduates of our Tech for Ed program. Some are now deployed in the registration and help desk centers set up in each barangay, together with the 2 designated Tech for Ed center managers. There are other Tech for Ed graduates assigned at our City Hall, City Public Library, Public Transport Terminal, City Public Market, and the DICT's RIS Hub as additional registration and help desk centers. Our Tech for Ed program graduates, now workers, have integrated what they have learned from training in actual work, proficiently and with more comprehension. The Vamos project has not only helped curb the COVID scare, but also provided a life-saving remedy to financial ills, especially to the Tech for Ed program graduates. The Vamos app also has a linkage to our vaccination or the Res Bakuna program of the Department of Health. What makes it unique is that long before the VaxCert PH was introduced by the Department of the Information Technology or DICT, we have already utilized Vamos as the MIS of our vaccination records. There are two types of systems or applications involved in the process. First, the Vamos mobile application for both Android and iOS devices, and the Vamos web portal. The registration process for individual, the juridical, and transportation, plus the vaccination, scanning of QR codes, the vaccine digital passport, and viewing of records are the main features of the Vamos mobile app. While dashboards, statistics, generation of reports, and information management are the core functions of the Vamos web portal. Both systems are able to exchange real-time data and make use of the information instantly. It uses a centralized database stored in a cloud server, which is stable, reliable, and available 24/7 with backup for data security. For interoperability, the two systems is designed to boost efficiency and expedite the registration process with a centralized data bank for various sites and offices to have full visibility and access. As a result, it greatly reduced the turnaround time since most of the records are already available. Registrants have already the option to register online and need not to go to the registration centers to avoid physical contact. The Res Vacuna reports of vaccinated persons are immediately furnished to local and national offices, especially the DOH. The Vamos app and the Res Vacuna system implementation has indeed provided an organized and smooth functioning of services by both government and health authorities. For sustainability, the Vamos app is a digital platform for COVID-19 surveillance activities at the time of the pandemic. Although the pandemic is not yet over, but it's only a matter of time before we get through this challenge. So in preparation to the post-pandemic, the Vamos app will give host to more than just contact tracing, but other many uses and exciting service features, making it an integral part of the life of its citizens and the government in particular. Vamos project just showed how its operational capacity as a system works and how it really cares to the people of San Carlos. We have improved Vamos from a contact tracing app into Vamos Cares, or the community app for reliable e-services. And one significant feature of the Vamos Cares app is called the Vamos Newsfeed, where news articles, updates, and announcements around the city are posted daily. And some of the benefits of using the Vamos Cares newsfeed and notification features are as follows: daily updates within San Carlos City, public service announcements, messages and posts from the local chief executive and other government officials, emergency and weather updates, travel advisories, programs and events, and many more. With the latest update on the Vamos Cares mobile application, users can now easily track their documents by entering their document number into the search bar or by simply scanning the supplied QR code. Now, this feature is connected with our doc track of the schemes. So there's an interoperability between the mobile app and our web or the schemes, the San Carlos Integrated Management System. Using the mobile app, government employees can monitor the status of their documents, such as the payrolls, their letters, their travel orders, application for leave, and among others. Business owners and suppliers can also track the status of their businesses, their applications, the renewal, the purchase orders, and payments, even the check. Furthermore, national offices, the NGOs, and private companies can also monitor the status of their letter requests and other pertinent documents. And any citizen may track their documents pertaining to certain government transactions using the doc track. We have also integrated the PhilSys check into Vamos. The PhilSys check is developed for PhilSys relying parties and the public to authenticate the Philippine national ID and e-Phil ID holders' identification easier and faster. Through this feature, businesses and agencies can verify information contained in the QR code found at the back of the Phil ID card in order to accept it as a valid proof for any transaction. VaxCert PH is also integrated into Vamos. VaxCert PH is the official digital vaccination certificate for Filipinos and foreigners vaccinated in the Philippines that may be used for international and domestic travel. Now, users can now request and retrieve their Vaxcert PH certificates anytime, anywhere through the Vamos app. Aside from the vaccination cards issued by the LGU, the digital vaccine passport is also available in the Vamos Cares app. It is an electronic vaccination record drawn from the data stored in our Vamos Ras Vacuna system and is also an official record issued by the City Health Office. The Vamos Cares app has its own set of emergency helpline numbers, which are available to the public. These numbers allow the users to immediately report incidents and emergencies to the City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, the PNP, and the Bureau of Fire Protection. Chat support is a real-time communication tool that allows Vamos users to interact directly with our help desk personnel for their Vamos-related concerns or any city-related issues and problems. Vamos Cares is now the official community mobile app of San Carlos City, Negros Occidental, Philippines, and we are adding more social and service features in the future, allowing the residents enhanced access to government services. The app will surely enable citizens to engage in the local community anytime, anywhere, and from any device. This year, we are working on the development and implementation of the eConsulta and the Vamos Pay. eConsulta is a telemedicine feature of the Vamos app wherein it provides remote healthcare delivery with the help of telecommunications technology. eConsulta will allow our healthcare professionals to conduct virtual first-time appointments, plan the treatment of uncomplicated cases such as mild colds, allergies without complications, indigestion, and prescribe medications, and monitor a patient's progress. It can also schedule screenings, analysis, consultations with other specialists for a wellness exam, and conduct follow-ups on the results. One of our topmost priority this year is to build the digital payments ecosystem in the city by promoting cashless payments in our government transactions, including public markets, local transportations, and other merchants. In order to achieve this, we need to capitalize on cashless and online payments for effective use of digital payments in government transactions and implement online application and payments for our real property taxes, business permits and licenses, our market collections, the waterwork collections, and other types of collections. And the San Carlos City's entry to the Digital Governance Award, or DGA 2021, which is, of course, the Vamos application, won the third place during its virtual awarding last October 29, 2021. The DGA 2021 is a joint program of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, the Department of the Interior and Local Government, and the National ICT Confederation of the Philippines, aimed at recognizing the best practices of municipalities, cities, and provinces in their development and solutions in the field of information and communications technology, including efficiency, innovation, and business and citizen governance. City Mayor Renato Y. Gustilo, along with the staff of the Information Technology and Computer Services Office, who are behind the creation of the Vamos app, were very happy and proud with the achieved national award. Other winners in the same category include Cebu City as second and Baguio City as first placer. MIS can surely aid in the improvement of governance and in the delivery of public service. For step 3, facilitate exchange of value and ease of doing business, the city government has been doing business one-stop shop every January of the year as a way of providing ease to the business sector in the processing of their business permits. The Business One-Stop Shop facilitates business permits application or renewal, tax payment and issuances of cedula, and other business-related requirements, among other, using the Enhanced Tax, Revenue, and Collection System, or the e-Trax. The implementation of the enhanced tax revenue assessment and collection system enables the city to efficiently and accurately manage and monitor collection of taxes. eTrax is a multi-user software designed for LGU to automate the assessment and collection of real property, business taxes, and other fees. The software is an integrated package solution specifically designed for LGU operations to improve its revenue collection. eTrax is comprised of these three core modules. First, the collection and the treasury system. Second is the business permits and licensing system. And third is the real property tax system. As the city seeks to strengthen its tax revenue collection, it has been learned that the use of modern technology is an effective tool for good governance. Computerized system increases the local revenues even without increasing the tax rates. With a computerized system, the LGU experience ease of doing business through easy production of tax bills, monitoring of tax delinquencies, easy preparation of demand letters, and tax mapping. There is also an increase in taxpayer satisfaction since processing time for the application and the renewal of business permits, the billing, the collection of taxes are substantially reduced. It has also been found through interoperability, linking data of LGU offices has more advantages and effectiveness since it facilitates timely exchange of value, gives uniformity, synchronization, and fast tracking of records. Technology should be used to allow citizens to participate in governing the community and in decision-making processes when appropriate. We should use technology to engage with new groups of people, empower our citizens, and forge new relationships with local leaders. Our city believes that enhancing people's opportunities in the field of IT is one way to achieve social development and improve the quality of life of its residents. And by looking into the design of the Tech for Ed program, indeed, it complements the government's goal of achieving inclusive growth through bridging the gap between education and digital divide through the establishment of Tech for Ed centers serving as conduit for efficient delivery of government and other services. Hence, the city government of San Carlos entered into a collaborative partnership with the ICT for the implementation of the Tech for Ed program last December 2015, represented by then City Mayor, now Congressman of the 1st District of Negros Occidental, Honorable Gerardo P. Valmayor Jr. Now, the program is being sustained by the current administration under the leadership of Honorable Mayor Renato Y. Gustilo. San Carlos is a proud recipient of DICT's Tech for Ed program, which benefits the out-of-school youth, PWDs, senior citizens, OFWs, and other interested individuals. As of the date, a total of 15 Tech for Ed centers were opened, including the City Public Library and Tech for Ed RIS Hub. The Tech for Ed scholars have undergone digital literacy and skills training for 6 months to become competent digital workers that guarantees them work employment. These trainings are the following: basic computer operations and concepts, learning English applications for Pinoys, basic photo editing, and basic AutoCAD. The Tech for Ed Center managers of each Tech for Ed centers were provided also with management skills training with an individual annual work plan. As of the date, the city have reached 2,594 graduates of the Tech for Ed project. Part of these graduates already landed jobs in the local government, while others also availed the education to employment program of the province of Negros Occidental through its Knowledge Sea project. The Tech for Ed program has achieved success and will continue to be relevant in producing more skilled digital workers that would benefit both graduates and their families and the government. As the city government tapped the Tech for Ed program human resources in the implementation of the VAMOS project, some are now deployed in the registration and help desk set up in each barangay, managed by 2 designated Tech for Ed center managers. There are also other scholars assigned to other registration sites like the City Public Library, Public Transport and Terminal, City Public Market, and the Knowledge Sea Extension Office. In partnership with the government, Tech for Ed centers now provide employment to their graduates. Some of them have already found work in call centers outside of the city and other institutions. Our Tech for Ed scholars conduct tutorials on registration systems and procedures in malls and schools. They distribute flyers, leaflets, and install tarpaulins in strategic areas of the city. Indeed, the utilization of our Tech for Ed human resources in the application of the contact tracing app paved the way to the strengthening of our Tech for Ed program. The government does not need to employ from other sources as it has its own digital workers already to handle the job in the registration process for the contact tracing app and for its other future uses like the SIM card registration. And for the last step, develop a joint app government. This is where we are heading to, and we are determined to complete all 5 steps and be recognized as one of the digital cities in the Philippines. A joint app government needs to be nourished and sustained. E-government and ICT initiatives will not work if good management and leadership are not present. If processes are simply automated without appropriate reforms and safeguards, applications will surely fail to deliver intended benefits. San Carlos City intends to improve technologically in order to deal with future infrastructure, transportation, agriculture, and education needs. San Carlos City's digital and smart city goals include improving policy efficiency, include reducing waste and inconvenience, improving social and economic quality, and enhancing social inclusion. ITCSO, as the main ICT arm of the city, intends to transform San Carlos into a premier and one of the excellent and top providers of ICT services in the countryside. Again, this is not easy and it's quite ambitious, but our determination coupled with strong political will and support will eventually materialize all of our plans. The first step towards achieving this is to create an Information and Communications Technology Council that will focus on incorporating technology into the government. Now, the ICT Council is a multi-stakeholder organization composed of the LGU, the academe, the business community, or the ICT support groups. And the primary objective of the ICT councils is to develop the local ecosystems of infrastructures, talents, and the business environment suitable for the IT BPM industry and the digital economy. San Carlos City's government has already confirmed plans to make the city smart in the future, making the city more technologically advanced, more efficient in serving people, and more comfortable and livable for everyone. Of course, we could indeed attain the specific goal for a better, improved, and smart city for its people with the help of its constituents and everyone involved. Thank you so much and good day, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sir McCoy.
Thank you, Ma'am Sai.
Thank you so
Good
much, Mr.
morning.
Felix Michael Oberes, for that very insightful, timely, and I should say relatable topic that you have discussed and given us. And of course, I believe that most of our participants has different questions, and aside from learning a lot from your talk, sir, and as for that, I would like to request Ms. Saibel to spearhead our open forum for our first speaker.
Thank you so much, Doc Jet. So, all right, thank you so much, Mr. Oberis for that very insightful talk. No, as someone coming from San Carlos City as well, no, I'm proud of the ITCSO and the local government unit of San Carlos City for all of its efforts and projects in making our city a digital city. No, so I know some of you have a lot of questions to our guest speaker for this morning. Actually, my inbox is kind of full right now, no, with all of the questions from my classmates from the doctorate program. So I'm sure everyone this morning have learned so many things from Mr. Oberis, all the best practices you have shared, and also your projects, the ITCSO projects in our LGU will be very useful. Now, all that you have shared this morning, Mr. Oberis, will be useful in the field of MIS and local and international business. So at this juncture, it is now time for the open forum session with our guest speaker. So participants, you may now ask your questions. Please make sure to click the raise hand button for you to be acknowledged. Once you're mentioned, kindly unmute your microphone and introduce yourself and from what institution or organization you're from. Other participants can also make use of the Zoom chat box to ask their questions here in our Zoom meeting room. So we will start first with actually some of my classmates, as we were discussing uh, our feedback as well as questions based on Mr. Oberes' presentation. No, we find it very impressive and also um, mapapasa na all. Actually, Sir Oberes, a lot of my classmates were quite impressed and they've learned so much from the presentation this morning. So
Thank
one
you, ma'am.
question, you're welcome, sir. So one question is coming from Doki Mainan. Question is, how can the academe, especially us teachers, benefit from the use of management information system?
For the academe, I think one of the most important benefits of MIS, it will help the school administration staff, especially the teachers, no? It will reduce the workload of the staff, particularly the teachers, through segregation and systemizing data related to attendance, the accounts, the grades, the classroom timetables, your exam schedules, no, your fees and records, and all the library details with the help of MIS. The school staff and teachers are able to considerably reduce their manual workload, which can be tedious and stressful. Now, with a reduction in workload, with time saving and access to accurate data, the school management and the administration team will be able to focus their energy and their attention on more pressing issues. So they will be able to create and develop a better learning experience for the students, as well as developing alternate solutions to the problems, of course, with the help of several MIS.
Thank you so much, Sir Felix. Just one request po, sir, before we proceed to the next question. Can you please kindly turn off your screen share po so that we can also present on our end?
Yes, boss.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
You're
So,
welcome.
as we transition to the to the next PowerPoint presentation, another question po, Sir Oberis, is also coming from my classmate, Doki Mariche. She asked, what are the main obstacles to establishing e-governance and how they may be addressed, in your opinion lang po?
Okay, so in my opinion, we have experienced a lot of obstacles. We have encountered a lot of issues and problems in our implementation, starting from step 1 down to the last step. There are a lot of problems, but I think the biggest problem that we are encountering right now is not the lack of support or political support, and not the limited resources, but the unavailability of internet connection in most of our barangays. As you can see, most of the 18 barangays are situated in our far-flung areas. No, they are in far-flung areas, so they have no access to internet. And most of our MIS are using cloud technology, so they cannot access the internet. What we did was we first conducted ocular inspection to various sites. No, we went to different barangays and we identified the problem. we tested if we can access data connection using towers, no? Because there are also other telecommunications which provide data connection aside from broadband. And we have identified at least two which have zero or dead spot ang dalawang barangays. So after that, we dialogued with our barangay captains, we conducted meetings with the SKs and our Tech for Ed center managers, and we presented the problem. And we came up with a solution that every barangay must provide internet connection in order for the barangays to provide e-government services. So they are now applying for broadband connections. Others are supplying load cards for data connection. So I think that is the biggest problem, or that is the biggest challenge that we encountered when we started with the implementation of the e-governance.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Felix. So I would just like to add, to also mention some of the questions here in the Zoom chat box. We have one from one of my colleagues in Colegio de Santa Rita, Mr. Joseph Allen S. Auman. So his question is, now many academic research and governmental institutions are presenting roadmaps for the adoption of electronic means, internet and the web, in order to perform everyday activities and tasks. To Sir Michael, okay, so what were the key challenges that you faced during the creation, implementation, adoption of e-governance in your local sector via its interoperability?
I think this is similar to
think,
the
yeah.
previous question, Miss Sai. No,
Yeah,
like what I said, no. One of our biggest challenges is the unavailability of our internet connection in various barangays, no, because some of the barangays are situated in far-flung areas, especially in the mountainous areas. Now they have no access to internet. Now we have no problem with respect to the support because our city mayor is very supportive when it comes to our initiatives, no? Particularly in the provision of the resources like laptops. They also provided us with different devices, no, that we can use during the implementation. And the good thing about our local government is that they really capitalize on people, no? They invested on people, especially in sending us to different seminars, training, and capacity buildings, because we always believe that we need to invest on people. No matter how good the infrastructure is, no matter how good our devices and our laptops are, if we have no good and no proficient technical people to man those devices, it will still render useless. We have no problems with our support coming from the local government, and that's the main, I think, the main problem we had until right now. No, because we have two other barangays who have no internet connection, so we are still looking for ways on how to resolve that problem. Thank you, Ms. Hai.
Thank you so much, Sir Felix. Actually, I share the same sentiment. So in the academe as well, we need proficient and effective teachers to raise the quality in the academe and also to teach quality education to our students. So that's why it's also important to invest on their professional development as well. No? So I think that's the it comes to MIS and training your people as well as in the academe. That's what we share the most. No, people is really important.
Yes.
So another question, actually we have a lot of questions from the chat box, no? Knowing that very interesting gid ang imuhang talk for this morning, sir. So another question is
I
from
hope I can answer all the questions, Miss Sai.
so another question coming from Malay College. Let me just scroll up because there are a lot of questions coming in, sir. Congratulations, Sir Felix. Kudos for having this very efficient Vamos app. It is indeed a very helpful tool for the people of San Carlos. My question is, did you receive negative feedback from one of the users of the Vamos app? Like if they have this leakage of information or that their data privacy was put at risk since this app stores important data of the users? If there is, what are actions that are taken to resolve certain issues? So this is from Ms. Cherry May Ascanio from Malay College.
Okay, hi ma'am. Thank you for that question. Now, with respect to the privacy policy, it is the policy of the city government to protect its residents and visitors within its territorial jurisdiction against COVID-19 through an effective and efficient implementation of the contact tracing app. No, now we have this Vamos privacy policy wherein it is the right as data subjects to be informed on how we process their personal information. So with respect to the data privacy, I think we have not received any negative feedbacks from our constituents regarding the leakage of data so far. No, sana hindi mangyari yon because we have a treasure. We have already a centralized database of our 18 barangays, and we are really protecting, and we have invested in our security, in order for us not to have that leakage. So I think our privacy policy is also clear and concise when it comes to the collection of data.
Thank you so much, Sir Felix. Actually, that is what all of us are worried about, no? Since knowing that the internet can either be, or the technology can either be our friend or foe. No? Sometimes we are afraid when it comes to our data privacy, knowing that once you are in the technology, no, or if you're using technology, there's always, a possibility that someone may get our information. But thankful that, of course, with the efforts of the ITCSO, that is
That
protected.
True, Sai, no? There are many scammers now who are really planning to hack systems, no, get data and sell those data to third-party companies or organizations. So we are really investing on like firewalls, our antivirus softwares. No, we have the FortiGate firewall, which we are using for our VPN. No, we also invested in several antivirus programs in order to protect our servers.
Thank you so much, Sir Michael. Another question coming from Mikaela Taunan, second year BS Tourism Management student from Malay College. So her question is, thank you, Sir Felix, for sharing your expertise and presentation to us. Definitely, we need to advance and be innovative to heed the call of the technological era. My query is, does the Vamos app have any download or subscription fee? Is this application monetized in any way?
The Vamos app, since it's a government app, we cannot monetize it. We cannot we are not allowed to post any advertisements on the app, so we cannot use it for monetization purposes. Of the Vamos app, well, it's a community app wherein citizens and the residents can get information, and it provides two-way communication. You can download the Vamos app in either App Store, iOS App Store, or Google Play Store. And yes, we have actually allotted a budget for our subscription fee. Now for Android, I think the development fee is free. No? It's free, but for iOS, you should subscribe to its development program for I think 4,000 or 5,000 a year in order to upload, or in order for your app to be visible in the App Store or the Google Play Store, available for download. We have also allotted budget for our Google Cloud, wherein our web portal or web application is hosted. So those are I think the subscriptions that we have allotted budget for.
Thank you so much for answering that question, Sir Felix. Actually, I'm also thinking of the same. No, how does do the government earn from this and all? But thank you for that clarification. At least we all know that it's open to everyone. Actually, I've downloaded the application myself. I think everyone has already the Vamos app. I mean, not all, but most of the people in San Carlos City. And not to be biased, but I can really attest that it's quite useful, especially during like government transactions, or I am constantly updated when it comes to schedules for vaccination or booster shots. And even during the Miss San Carlos, no, I got to vote for my favorite candidate and all. Like everything is already there in the Vamos app. No, not to be biased, but we are also the end user, so that's why we can really attest that this application is really useful to our everyday transactions. So
Thank you, Ma'am Sai.
thank you, sir. Another question coming from my classmate, Doki Santa Renea. So she asks, since your presentation is very interesting and impressive, I'm really curious on how do interested persons be admitted in the Tech for Ed program?
Yes, the Tech for Ed program is free for all, especially to the out of school youth, the PWDs, and those who are interested in learning basic computer operations, the basic photo editing, the Adobe Photoshop, the Adobe Premiere video editing, as well as the basic AutoCAD. So all they need to do is just to visit any Tech for Ed centers to enroll. And I think it's for free. Yes, it's for free.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir Michael. So another question, actually my inbox is bombing with a lot of questions from my classmates, knowing that I actually have some classmates working in the LGU in their own city or municipality, and then I also have some classmates in the academe. Like most of us are actually coming from the academe as well, so we're really quite interested with MIS. So um, their question, another question is coming from Sister Marley. So she asked, how can interoperability improve educational outcomes for students? Are there steps we can follow, or can you give us some tips?
For school MIS, no? A school MIS plays an important role, especially in improving the academic performance of the students. Now, there are online systems that stores and manages and organizes and even analyze the student information. No? Some common MIS are, of course, the enrollment system, the library system, the billing system, and all other MIS that the school can utilize, especially data that are related to grades, assessments, the homework, the attendance, and it provides the teachers with timely and regular reports and graphs about the performance of the students. The MIS also allows the teachers to understand the learning curve of the students. They can also identify the different gaps and give students extra help when needed. So that's, I think, is the use or the importance of MIS in every school.
Thank you so much,
Aside
sir.
from MIS can also support and manage a range of administrative activities for the school.
Yeah, so I think our school, our institution is also moving towards uh that direction, sir. No, we are also now adopting MIS for our finances, library system, hopefully library system, attendance checking, inventory, and also guidance services. No, so hopefully it will be now full blast. Hopefully by this year, no, we also have our MIS head, Sir Batoto, who will be also one of our speakers later this morning. Who will be sharing that one to us later. Thank you so much, sir. Another
Yeah.
question, sir. Actually, damo is a question. So another question is, expensive ba daw, sir, ang MIS, especially given na wide ang range ni Vamos and also MIS na to sa LGU?
When it comes to the cost, no, and expenses, I think mas nakasave and mas nakasave yung LGU, no. We were able to save a lot of money because our projects are mostly in-house, no. We have resident programmers who develop the systems. If you will buy these systems from a third-party supplier or provider, it will really cost millions. Millions yan siya, and medyo mahal. And since we have resident programmers, the government will only spend for the capacity building, of course, the salaries and wages, no? Those are just the expenses. Aside from the subscriptions and aside from other operational costs and overhead costs, I think manageable naman siya for the LGU, for even municipality, no? Even LGUs, even the academe, they can afford MIS. They can surely afford MIS.
Thank you so much, Sir Felix. We have one participant who raised her hand, Miss Julianne. Do you want to ask a question to our speaker? Miss Julianne? I think she just clicked the raise hand button by mistake. I would like to call on Miss Doki Myra Paradero, one of my classmates in the Doctor of Management program. She has some few questions for you, sir.
Hi,
Doki,
ma'am. Good
Doki
morning.
Myra.
Hi, Doc. Good morning, Doc.
Gintawagin ko ni Doki Sai ba? I thought you're going to read my question. Okay, so anyway, I'll just change my question because I think this is the main question we really need to know the answer. Anyway, Sir Felix, before we start with this webinar, so we have encountered a lot of issues about MIS, no, and we're using the Zoom platform. So what can you share with us, or what can you recommend, which is this is really presently happening in terms of MIS? I think that is the personal question I'm going to ask, since I really appreciate the topic you have discussed this morning. It's a very helpful one. Oh, so that is my
Thank you, ma'am.
question,
Thank
sir.
you, Doc. Can you please repeat your question, Doc?
I know that you are an MIS expert, sir, no, but what can you say all about, since we are using the platform Zoom and sometimes we struggle, no, especially on the actual side of the MIS. So what will be the most thing that we're going to do, especially we are doing webinar. So but on the reality side of that, we are encountering some of the problems.
In my understanding, you are having problems with the Zoom platform.
Yes, and sometimes like for example, 'di ba, Dukisay, just last night, no, medyo nag-struggle kami, no, about this one, and we have some concerns and some issues. So we want to ask you, sir, if
Girl,
what are some of the things that we're going to do?
mga hindi
Yes.
guro tech savvy guro sir, mga hindi tech
Yan,
savvy, like how can
Yes.
they further
yan.
embrace technology, knowing that we're moving towards a direction now, we're going to develop technology na in our lives. So yeah, I
Yes.
think that's how I understand it also.
Yes, I understand, ma'am, that Zoom platform can sometimes be very intimidating, no?
Oo.
You don't know where the buttons are, kung diin ka dapit da ma-operate. Zoom is, I think, it's the best tool for webinars like this, no? Aside from, of course, the Google Meet. I would suggest that you will, of course, explore first. Now you will explore first the many functions of Zoom. You need to understand every buttons. You need to understand, because Zoom is just similar with other technologies, no, other tools like this one, like Zoom. So it's just similar. All you need to do is you have a full understanding of all the features of that system. And there are a lot of references, particularly in YouTube, no? You can always consult, or you can always search references, always read manuals, or ask assistance from those who are proficient in using Zoom. I think that's the thing, no. It's just similar with other softwares. Even if I recommend other softwares, if you don't have you don't know the background or the functions of a particular software, you will still be intimidated on using it. So I would suggest that you will take time, you will find time to explore, just like Microsoft Word, just like Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint. For first-time users, no, medyo alienated ka sa medyo maano ka parang matatakot kang gumamit ng mga Microsoft Word for your lesson plans, for your outlines, presentations like Microsoft PowerPoint, even Microsoft Excel, no. Ang pinaka hard is Microsoft Excel, especially the formulas. So it's just like learning those things, no. You need to find time to really understand and to really learn how the system works. If you will have no time, or if you have no determination to learn that thing, you will still find it hard to use other systems.
Okay, thank you, sir. Follow-up question lang ha. Aside sa mga ganyan na bagay, no, I personally I do explore that. But in terms of technicalities, like sometimes may mga something wrong with the connection, connectivity. No, I know and I understand maybe sa connection and everything. So what do you think would be much more na pwedeng mong mga ma-recommend? Example, kung masyado ng heavy yung files and everything. Kasi kanina, the issue is medyo yung ano, may interruption sa mga pag-present ng mga presentations via virtual. So yung sa more on technicalities siya. Ano kaya
Yes.
yung something wrong with that?
If the internet is a problem, then same po tayo ng problem.
Okay, so walang solution
Yes.
doon.
The solution is, of course, for the telecommunications to speed up they need to increase the speed of our broadband connections as well as our data connections, no, in order for us to have a smooth and hassle-free webinars. So pag internet po yung problema, yung kalaban natin, talagang mahirap po yun kasi pag walang internet, of course, there will be no webinars. But in terms of like file size, like your system, your hard drives are already full, then you can always maintain the clean disk app, no, clean disk utility of your computer. Always check, no, and always observe the grandfather, father, mother backup, no. Mother son backup, meaning you should back up your files not necessarily every day, but you should have a backup a month ago. You should have a backup for days ago, weeks ago, in order for you not to lose all your files, important files, especially during presentations. Mag-corrupt yung file mo, and then you have no backup. So what will happen? Maghanap ka na naman ng way para maka-present. So those are the basic things that you need to prepare during the webinars, during the presentation. Of course, always check your system if it's up and running smoothly, no? If okay ba yung mga basic components niya, like the camera, the audio. Always check your connectivity also, no? If router is on, if the internet is on, and if the laptop is already plugged, no? So those are the basic things that you need to prepare. Even though you are not tech savvy, but those are the I think the basic things that you need to prepare during webinars.
Okay, sir, thank you very much. No, that is a very insightful, especially for the students. No, they're listening right now. So those are the basic things na talaga they need to be aware of. Thank you very much, Sir Felix.
You're welcome po, Doc. God bless po.
Thank you.
Hi, sir. I have a question. So my question is, knowing that schools are required or encouraged to adopt technology in their day-to-day operations. Like I encountered one scenario during our session with other schools pa. How can schools with no means to adopt technology still be able to be no kanang kuan gani sir, how do you call this one, kanang up to date with the latest trends, like for example schools are required to have MIS or the use of learning management system in their schools. They're required to of course have to adopt technology in their day-to-day operations, even transactions, or even mga learning materials sa mga students, knowing that there are other schools who are not yet privileged or do not have the means to afford technology. So what are other alternatives to that, especially if we cannot afford MIS, knowing it's expensive?
Yes, I understand the situation. That is why we partnered with different organizations, particularly our Tech for Ed program. So we have activated and established Tech for Ed centers in various barangays, even in barangays with no access to internet, the very far-flung and remote areas of our barangays. We have established Tech for Ed centers so that students, kahit wala silang access to internet, they have no access to television, or they have no access to the other devices and technologies, they can still enroll and ask assistance from our Tech for Ed centers. And not only Tech for Ed centers, no, you can set up, our SK can always set up projects and activities wherein they can conduct information drive about IT. No, they can also like say for example e-mobile, or say for example e-cart, wherein they can provide reading materials to our students. They can provide other materials, or even bring laptops with them, no, since laptops have batteries, no, they can teach basic computer operations even outside the walls of the school, no, so they can do that. Our SK should maximize their resources and should focus more on IT related activities and projects. So I think that that's my suggestion for your concern, Miss Ai.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Felix, Sir Mikoy. So, is that also available to teachers? Like knowing in the private sector, like we need also to collaborate with other people in order for us to train our teachers. Because there are some teachers who are not tech savvy, who are not into, cannot really cope when it comes to technology, knowing that it's like in demand na jud siya nowadays, especially in our line of work. Like, can we also do that? Like not only available to students but also faculty as well.
Yes po, ma'am. Actually, our Tech for Ed offers basic computer operations to teachers. Even DepEd partnered with our Tech for Ed, no? They partnered with Tech for Ed for their capacity buildings and trainings of their faculties and teachers, no? They can in San Carlos, in our LGU, we conducted various trainings and seminars to our employees also to capacitate them. Basic computer operations, like photo editing for their covers of their documents, basic Canva, basic say Microsoft Word, Excel for their reports. We are also doing that, no? And DepEd is also partnering with our Tech for Ed for those special classes.
Thank you.
And I think for private institutions like Colegio de Santa Rita, you can always write a letter or ask permission from our city mayor, no, to send your teachers and faculties for basic computer operation classes.
Wow, thank you so much, Sir Felix. That would be a great help, no, knowing that even in some of our students, no, some of them still lacks basic literacy on technology. Canva is very important, especially now that we tend to be more creative when it comes to content and even projects. No, we don't rely anymore on like simple PowerPoint lang. We rely mostly on Canva because it's free. It has a lot of
Yes.
templates, so that would be a really great
It's a lot
help.
of
No?
templates that you can use for your
Yeah,
reports and for your presentations. So
yeah.
Canva actually is a good tool, no, for starters
Mm-mm.
and for students, no, and for those who are still learning the technology, the photo editing. um Canva is a very good tool. If you have already mastered Canva, then you can start studying Adobe Photoshop, which is more powerful also.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sir Felix. Very useful gid
Welcome,
sa amo ang field.
welcome, Doc.
Thank you. Another question coming from another LGU, Sir Michael. So it's coming from Genesis Amata. So hello, Sir Felix Oberes. I'm Genesis
Thank you,
Amata
sir.
from LGU San Miguel Leyte. I would like to congratulate your municipality or city on having a high-end facility for your e-governance. My question is, have you encountered a cyber attack like DDoS, ransomware, etc.? If yes po, how will you fix those attacks, and ano po ang marerecommend yung technologies to avoid and secure your servers for those threats, software
Yeah.
and hardware?
The good thing is that we have not yet encountered any cyber attacks. That's a good thing, and we are really praying for that, no, because there are many hackers right now who are really good at doing that one, no, the hacks and intrusion, no. They are really good in doing their uh, um I think we invested in, like what I've said, we invested in firewalls, no. That's the first recommendation. You should have a strong firewall, a hardware. It's actually a hardware. FortiGate is a hardware wherein you will integrate it with your servers. No, you will install it together with your servers and will act and serve as a firewall. Even in City Hall, our users cannot directly access sites we have blocked many sites, particularly those sites which are harmful, no? May mga binablock kaming mga sites na like downloading sites. Those are the very common na napapasok ng parang virus, no? Aside from hacks and attacks. So those are the common na activities na pumapasok sa mga servers natin, even the workstations, even the network, no, pinapasok ng mga Trojan or like the viruses. So we should have a firewall to restrict the access of our users. Aside from restriction is that it also restricts incoming connections. So if there are attacks, there are intrusions, the firewall will of course safeguard and act as of course the guard, no? Ano yung mga intrusion, parang the firewall will prevent attacks and intrusions. Yun yung parang main function ng FortiGate. And aside from that, we have also installed several antivirus softwares. Not the hack one, hindi wag yung hack kasi yun yung parang mas inaano ng virus. So we invested on buying and purchasing antivirus softwares. And make sure na updated yung antivirus softwares para every time na mag-scan, madedetect if there are viruses or there are threats in the system.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Felix. So another question is coming from a student of Malay College. So good morning, ma'am and sir. My question is, can Vamos app can be also available or can it be used by other municipalities and provinces in the Philippines in the future? Via Pilayo of Malay College.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning. As of now, no, Vamos app is locally available for the consumption of our residents, no. But we have opened and we are actually it's downloadable, no, for everybody, everyone, especially the visitors and those who are planning to come to San Carlos City, because we will integrate the e-turismo soon. The e-turismo, we have here an island. No, mayroon kaming ditong isla, just like in Malay, you have your Boracay. We have here our island is called Sipaway, no? Malay and Boracay. The Boracay is actually what we are intending to follow, wherein they are using QR codes for their visitors, no? And using that QR code, parang isang process na lang from one window to the other. It's very easy for the visitors, no, to visit Boracay because may QR code na sila. And that is what we are intending to follow also. We are actually studying the development and implementation of our e-turismo, wherein visitors can download the app and can book their reservations, no, hotel reservations, their the entrance to the island, lahat andun na. And then the personnel will just scan the QR code and all details will be available na para sa pag-accommodate ng mga visitors. So with respect to the use of Vamos app, na pwede siyang gamitin by other municipalities and cities, I think it can be replicated in other municipalities and cities. Why? Because every city and LGU, parang same lang kasi yung functions. Same lang yung mga ginagawa ng every LGU. Say for example, like our Vamos app, we are planning to integrate the online payment, no? We have started the upgrading of our e-trucks, wherein it can accommodate now online payment. And last month, I think we had a dialogue and a meeting with Land Bank, no, para sila yung maging payment partners namin. So the users can pay their water bills, their RPT or their properties, no, taxes, even the certifications and issuances, they can pay it online using the Vamos Pay. So if that will be replicated also in other cities and barangays, I think ang pinaka-best lang dyan is to have a MOA with our city. Meron silang memorandum of agreement na pwede din nilang i-utilize yung Vamos, na pwede din nilang gamitin yung Vamos para sa mga residents nila. And para maka-access din to the many features of the BAMOS, kailangan lang nilang mag-memorandum of agreement. And yes, possible po yan. Pwede yan na i-replicate to other LGUs.
Thank you so much, Sir Felix. So actually, I think they're really quite impressed with the with our MIS here in San Carlos City, that they would really hoping, according to my classmates, sana all daw, no, kay knowing that other MIS pa nila are still developing pa. Hopefully soon it will be just like our MIS in San Carlos City, na they will have their own application as well.
Thank you. Thank you po. I hope you can visit San Carlos in one of your benchmark activities, no? So pwede niyo po ma-visit yung San Carlos City and just inform us when you are planning to visit San Carlos para po ma-inform din natin yung mayor po namin.
Thank you so much, Sir Felix. I would like to have another question, although it is not related to VAMOS, but knowing Sir Felix that you've encountered, there are some users who are not really open or comfortable with the adoption of new technology. Like, I know there are also some other people in our city nga medyo scared pa when it comes to adopting our MIS and the VAMOS app and also the ID. How did you deal with them, sir? Like, how do you encourage them nga it is safe, or for example, like it's a really a necessity na for our day-to-day transactions? Like, how were you able to encourage them, sir, especially those who are living in far-flung areas?
Yes. It's a common problem talaga, Doc Sai, no, na hesitant yung mga users natin, no? Especially when you introduce change, no? Tapos parang ano na sila, yung parang okay na sa kanila sa yung manual eh. Okay na sa kanila na nahihirapan sila mag-retrieve ng mga files, parang daming files, pile up of files na tinitingnan nila. When we first introduced DocTrack, maraming parang hesitant talaga. Ayaw nilang mag-DocTrack kasi gusto nilang gumamit lang ng logbook at ballpen. So gusto nila yung manual kasi yun yung parang ano nila, yung they are used to using the manual and traditional mode of recording the records, no? I think since time immemorial, ayun na yung ginagawa ng mga empleyado namin. But when we introduced DocTrack, we implemented it phase by phase. We piloted several offices and we made sure na yung mga processors, yung mga gumagamit are they are tech savvy, you know, or we conducted trainings para alam nila kung paano i-man yung system, paano i-operate yung system. Because most of our, hindi naman sa pag-aano, but most of our parang senior citizens na employees, ayaw na nila ng mga ganyan. Gusto nila yung manual lang. Kaya ini-encourage pa din namin sila. Sinasali namin sila sa mga trainings. We always conduct ICC campaigns, no? We always conduct office-to-office campaigns, and we sometimes one-on-one yung tutorial namin sa mga employees, no? Hindi kami napapagod sa mga ganyan. Gustong-gusto namin yan. Gustong-gusto namin na turuan yung mga empleyado para i-adapt talaga nila yung technology. Because walang mangyayari kung plano lang kami ng plano, gawa kami ng gawa. Gumagawa kami ng systems, but wala namang gumagamit. So, in order for our end users to appreciate the system, we are doing our best to capacitate them. Tinuturuan namin sila from scratch, no, down to the end. Para wala silang questions. Pagdating nila doon sa workstations nila, alam nila kung anong ginagawa nila. Plus, we have a help desk and information centers. We have a pool of technicians, no, na every time may problems, andun ka agad. Pinupuntahan kaagad ng mga technicians namin. Yung mga problems nila with computers, printers, if they encounter problems, we have a team of technicians also. Aside from a team of programmers, we have team of technicians na nagfo-focus sa mga hardware. So in that way, wala silang reason not to use the system, no? Parang mas madali kasi pag may system. Just like now, no, the document tracking. Imagine, before pag mag-track ka ng document mo, you need to call each office, no? Asan na ba yung payroll? Asan na ba yung application for leave ko? Asan na ba yung letter ni mayor? Asan na ba yung... You need to go to every office just to check the logbooks, and sometimes yung handwriting is di mo maintindihan. It will take a lot of time para makita mo yung record. But now with the use of our document tracking system, with just one click and you will just encode or search a certain keyword, lahat andun na. Nakikita mo na ay nasa treasurer na pala yung payroll ko for disbursement na. Ay yung letter pala na approve na ni mayor. Pwede na pala tayo mag-start. Yung ganoon, it's easier for every organization, even businesses, even academe, even the education, no? Mas madali sa inyo, mas madali sa atin lahat pag meron tayong MIS. Gumagamit tayo ng technology, 'di ba? So, para hindi hesitant yung users natin, kailangan natin silang turuan with patience, of course. Kailangan natin silang wag natin silang murahin, wag natin silang awayin, or wag natin silang wag nang paggamitin dahil hindi nila alam. No, wag ganyan. Kailangan turuan para lahat tayo alam natin gumamit ng system. So, yun yung parang ano namin, yung parang guiding ano namin na kailangan talaga for us to materialize all of our plans, everybody should be involved. Hindi lang isang tao, hindi lang kami sa IT office. Lahat-lahat tayo involved dapat.
Oh, thank you so much. That talks about inclusivity, not just only when it comes to like culture, and behavior of other people, but you have to be also inclusive when it comes to our capabilities in technology. So thank you so much for sharing that, Sir Felix. So that really means a lot, especially there are some also in the academe or also working in the LGU who are medyo may edad na, knowing that that provides them an assurance na they will not be left behind.
Yes,
Thank you so
honestly, yung sa meron kaming mga from City Mayor's office na noon ayaw talaga nilang gumamit ng computers. But now, mas sila pa yung parang porsigido na ay yung printers namin sira, yung ano namin na ganyan. Kasi mas na-appreciate nila na mas madali pala pag gumagamit tayo ng technology.
Yes, and technology is not something that we can be afraid of. No, everyone can learn. No, we all started from beginner pa man, no, and later on to make our life easier. Thank you so much, Sir Felix.
You're welcome po, Doc Sai.
So another question coming from one of my classmates who is working in the LGU in Leyte, Doc. So she asked, "Hi, Sir Felix, can I ask later your contact number and email address? I'm interested with your eTourismo, and who knows, maybe this year we can benchmark in your city if it's okay for you."
Yeah, sure po ma'am. Bigay ko po kay Ma'am Doc Sai yung contact number and details po namin, lalo na po sa office, yung supervisor ko po, para mas maano po natin siya for letters and for communications.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so there is Doki Mariche. Hi, Doki.
Hi po.
Ako lang
Good
na-reach.
morning, Doki. Good morning.
Actually, thank you.
Welcome po, Doc.
Another question, Sir Felix, is thank you, Sir Felix, for a very impressive discussion. My question is, you have discussed all the advantages of Vamos app. I would like to know if what are the disadvantages while using it?
I don't know if merong disadvantages when it comes to using technology or the Vamos app, because we are always thinking about the positive side, of the technology. Why think about disadvantages if you are really looking into the positive side na ano yung magandang magagawa ng technology, ano yung magandang magagawa ng Vamos app for the citizens, no? Parang sineset aside namin if there are disadvantages, most probably siguro sa mga merong mga downtime sometimes, no? May mga, let's say for example, may mga problems siguro when it comes to downloading the Vamos app, but when its function, I think wala namang disadvantage na naibibigay yung Vamos app to our citizens. Kasi more on advantages yung mga features na nilalagay namin, especially yung Vamos newsfeed namin, no? Let's say for example, like yung recent lang, no, nagkaroon ng landslide doon sa Don Salvador Benedicto, wherein hindi siya passable. So with the help of and coordination with our CDRMO, we were able to advise our residents through the Vamos app na notify sila. Every users will be notified every time we post something in the Vamos app. So they will be notified na, okay, Don Salvador is not passable, so di tayo dadaan doon. We also have travel advisories, no? Especially our fast cut and light ferries. Lalo na ngayon na parang almost 1 month nang umuulan, ang lakas ng hangin dito, no? May mga times na nagka-cancel si light ferry and si fast cut. So we also post travel advisories. In that way, parang advantage din siya sa mga users namin because instead na mag-travel sila, nasa bahay pa sila, marireceive nila yung notifications, they will no longer need to go to the port because wala namang cancel naman yung trips. Aside from that, they can also read news and articles, no? And that is just one of the many features of the Vamos app. I have been in Cebu and I left my Vamos my digital my card, no, my vaccine card, but I show to them my Vamos digital passport, and okay, pinapasok ako sa establishment. So that is one thing also na beneficial yung paggamit ng Vamos app. So when it comes to disadvantages, siguro meron man, di ko masyadong ma-identify for now because I am really focused on the advantages of the app. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Felix. In fact, I can really attest to that, sir. No, I was also one of those people who were notified by the app. No, I traveled before Sinulog, no, and we were
Yes, ma'am.
notified that there were no trips in San Carlos to Toledo, so I had to take the other route to Escalante to Tabuelan, and it really helped me because I was really planning to go back to Toledo the next day to take the next trip, and then I was informed there were no trips pa canceled pa, so at least I was able to plan my trips ahead and also take a different route. And even sa vaccination card, I have to also admit, they really accepted our vaccination card as well as our profile in the Vamos app in Cebu. So it's really quite handy. Like you don't need to have like bulky papers na it's paperless na. So it's very convenient on my part as the end user.
Yes, yes, Doc Sai. So those are just some of the benefits, no? And hopefully, ma-materialize namin yung online payment. Isa yun sa mga pinakamagandang features of the app. So instead of punta ka dun sa Waterworks namin, ang daming pumipila, andun ka lang at the comfort of your own home, tapos mo lang yung online payment.
Oh my. Hala, Diyos ko. Nag-off si Nanek.